You will have haters no matter what. No matter what you do, you're gonna have haters. How to deal with this? Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Mind Engineer community. Here, Tommy Walker, sharing insight and tools to help you start launching and scaling a business. One of the things that I see in a lot of people out there trying to grow a business is when they start hitting these haters, these people that start doing really negative comments when their posts, whether it is in their videos, in their reels, wherever, they start getting these haters. And unfortunately, they don't know how to handle it. And they start, without realizing this normally happens at a subconscious level, they start moving away from putting out content, exposing themselves, and they slowly start shrinking and shrinking and shrinking till they disappear. And I've seen this going through a lot of people. So I decided to do this live to help people out there start realizing if this is happening and how to deal it correctly. Because at the end, if you start shrinking, it's going to be very difficult to have a successful business. Because the most important thing for your business is that you get more eyeballs on what you're doing. Right now, seriously, guys, I have a software that sends my content out to YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Thread, Facebook, and Twitter, maybe. I'm not sure what Twitter or X, Twitter, whatever, X now, but and to several groups, to several places. And every now and then I get a hater. At the beginning, I used to try to answer to them to quote unquote prove to them whatever. Maybe I was saying something in a video and somebody was attacking me. I used to spend time in trying to respond something to the person, right? But it was coming from a place of protection. I was trying to protect myself from feeling that I wasn't good enough, that I didn't know what I was doing, that I didn't want to look like a fool, I didn't want to look stupid. Because when I was a kid, even at school, at home, many times I was made fun of whenever I spoke up. So now I'm speaking up and people are attacking me, saying negative things, throwing stones or whatever. So what do people tend to do? Again, as I was saying, shutting down. And the saddest thing is they never realize this. They don't understand what's going on. They reach out maybe because they're struggling with procrastination, they're struggling with overwhelm, with stress, with anxiety, with whatever, but they don't really actually understand what's going on deeper till, of course, we have the conversation. But I've seen a lot of people that they came out into the market and they disappeared. They came out in the market and they disappeared. I even are reaching out to people on LinkedIn. That's another platform that I'm in. I'm also putting content out. And I have a software that adds people. I do a search about my potential client and I do a search. I put them in the software and the software adds them and then sends them a message, automations, right? And it's great. It starts the first message and then I jump in and I start taking over the conversation, of course. And what I've seen many times so far is that I get many people that it says that they're holistic coaches, they're this, fitness, blah, whatever. And they tell me, oh, no, no, Tommy, that's not something I'm doing anymore because it didn't work for them. And it's not that it doesn't work because there's a lot of people out there that they're making their fitness business work. The problem is, again, as I always say, is there different things like, people ask me, okay, Tommy, how do I get clients? Start talking to people. Oh, no, there has to be another way. Yeah, you can do ads and then talk to people. Oh, no, but there has to be another way. No, there is no other way. Because if people don't know you, it doesn't matter if you have the most amazing landing page, people are not going to buy from you. They're not going to just buy from you because you have a great landing page. So you put an ad and then you send them to a buying page or something like that. It's not going to work. Yes, it's working more and more. Maybe ad, you send them to a webinar or something like that, and you send them maybe a low ticket, medium ticket. But if not, it's not working. People are not buying just because they saw an ad and they want to buy. It doesn't work like that. So what happens is we need to start exposing yourself. People need to know you. People need to connect with you. So if you're not getting out there, if you're not doing content, if you're not showing your face, it's going to be very difficult. But when you show your face, people are going to start throwing stones at you. Whether it is because they're jealous, because you're showing yourself and they're not, whether it is because they are angry with life and they want to find somebody to blame it on, and now your video came across their link, I don't know, LinkedIn, on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and now they're slamming on you just because you were there, and they're frustrated with themselves and their life, and they want to try to bring you down with them. So when we start understanding, and I love this from a guy that I've heard a little bit ago, I always known this, but it was brought back to my attention. When you start understanding that the guy writing that post, women, guy, right, writing that post is behaving like an 8-year-old, it's like, oof, you know, it's much easier. Understanding that people are gonna, in a way, project their unresolved issues on you. The same way your family members, your friends might be saying, oh, Tommy, this is not for you. What are you trying to do? You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that, whatever. That is talking about them, not you, most of the times. When you start realizing that, suddenly it's like, whatever, right? It's like, if this person is saying this talks about his unresolved issues. It has nothing to do with me. So how to deal with them is understanding that if it's moving something inside of you, it means because you already believe it. So listen to this. The degree to what something is going to trigger you is to the degree that you already believe in it. So if you doubt yourself and somebody doubts you, that's going to bring your unresolved issues to the surface. Although that person might have their own unresolved issues, it is also talking about your unresolved issues. So start working on your unresolved issues. And I tell this to most entrepreneurs that I work with, and people that even I talk to, that I have a free guidance call, people that I talk over, different platforms. I tell them, if you don't work on your unresolved issues, unfortunately, no matter what tactic you have, it's going to make it very difficult to make it work. Your unresolved issues are going to rule the game, are going to play the game for you, whether you like it or not. Like Carl Jung says, if you don't make things that are unconscious conscious, those things are going to run your life, and you're going to call it fate, when actually is your programs that are running your life. So if I don't know what my programs are, it's going to make it very difficult to change them. So the idea is to start going in. And an opportunity is when somebody says something to you, you can write down, how did it make me feel? Angry. It made me feel shame. It made me feel, I don't know, sad, lonely, imposter. How did it make me feel, that comment that guy did? So what I do is I read the message, it hits me, I delete it, and then I go into, how did it make me feel? Instead of trying to respond, no, do the inner work. How did it make me feel? Why did it make me feel this? Write it down. And through all those emotions, you go through, why did it make me feel anger? Why did it make me feel shame? Why did it make me feel imposter? Why did it make me feel sad? And the third question, and very important, is, how did it make me feel about myself? Oh, this guy made me feel that I don't know what I'm doing. This might make me feel that, I'm a loser. This might make me feel that I'm blah. That is what you're already feeling. This guy just brought to the surface your unresolved issues. So now I have the power. When I realize that, that puts me in the driver's seat. If not, when somebody attacks me and I accept that and I put myself in the passenger seat and then I complain that my business is not going anywhere, no wonders. If I sit in my car on the passenger seat and I'm complaining that my car is not going anywhere, we have a problem. It's me. 100% of the times, 100% of the times is me, nobody else. I can blame it on others if I want to, but that's not taking responsibility. And if I want to have a business, if I want to have a business that, makes it, that gives me enough money to be able to live from it, I need to understand these things. Many times we fall into this victim mode. That person made me feel like crap. And then the mind says, and this happens subconsciously, I don't want to deal with these haters anymore. What can I do? Stop doing content. So look Next morning, I wake up and I say, oh, I'm going to do some content. And the mind says, no, Tommy, you know what? And listen to this, guys, because this is how the mind works, how tricky it is. The mind says, no, Tommy, you know what? It's better if you work on the landing page. It's better if you work on the branding. It's better if you work on your book. It's better if you work on your course. The mind is saying, do anything except exposing yourself. Writing a book, it's not exposing myself till the moment that I take it out there. Creating my course, it's not exposing myself till I put it out there. No, working on my landing page, working on my whatever, on my avatar, on my marketing, whatever, is not exposing myself. That's how the mind protects. So a lot of people think like, oh, I'm going to spend a lot of money on ads and I'm going to get people to buy whatever I'm selling. It doesn't work like that, except you're selling something low ticket. Just because an ad appeared in front of you, and if you start paying attention, I want you to do that. Check how many ads show up to you in Instagram when Facebook that you just kick out, you just dismiss. Per day, if you spend a while on social media, you're going to see that there are tons. But you should be buying. If there's an ad, you should buy. That's the mentality you're bringing to the game. Again, that's a protective mechanism because you don't want to talk to people. But where it is, you reach out to them or they start following you, or they reach out maybe with a, hey, great video, whatever, then you got to talk to them. That's how it is. Whether it is selling a product, and I'm working with some people now that are selling products, right? Or selling services, coaching, you got to talk to people. That's how it works. If you want to make sales, you got to talk to people. So I rather start working on dealing with the haters, realizing that I have parts of me hating me, or I'm hating parts of me. If I don't work on that, my business is going to have a very short span of life, because I'm not going to be able to keep it together when those people start attacking. Because I tell people, more or less, and it's not like this exactly, but 1 out of 100 people that you might talk to might, attack you. And we're not talking about ads. We're talking about reaching out to people, more or less. So the more people you talk to, the more people can get pissed. On Instagram, in the past couple of weeks, I have spoken to, or sent messages. I have sent messages to 600 to 700 people, because I'm doing ads on Instagram, one of my accounts. I'm doing ads. I have several Instagram accounts according to the different niches that I have, right? Into one of those accounts, I am throwing everything right now, right? And I have spent not much, maybe 20, 30 bucks. And I have had already 600 people following me. So I've been sending 600 messages. Each time they follow me, I go into Instagram, I see who's following me, and I send them a message. Hey, I've seen that you started following me. Thank you very much. What resonated about my videos? So I start conversation. Out of those 600, I had, I don't know, maybe 100 responses. The other 500, no response. 100 responses. Out of those 100 responses, one was really rude. One said, Tommy, no, not even Tommy. Who do you think you are reaching out privately here on Instagram? This is preposterous. This is, so disrespectful. I'm going to stop following you. Thank you. Bye. Sorry. It's like knocking at somebody's door to sell them something and they get pissed because they're knocking at the door. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But tough. If you're in social media, that's part of what happens. If you don't like it, don't be on social media. I didn't even talk to that person. I just deleted. I blocked them. I deleted them. Gone. I'm not interested. Seriously. But out of 600 messages, 100 were responses. 1 out of 100 was negative. So the chances are low. But the problem is when I have unresolved issues and I encounter something like this and I'm not used to, I'm going to go down this downward spiral of not wanting to experience this again, because it's revealing how I'm treating myself. So if you start working on these things, it's going to make it easier to overcome these hurdles that you're going to hit. It's inevitable. When you want to have a business and you start getting out there, it's going to happen. once every 100 people, once every 600 people, once every 1,000 people, once every 50 people. I don't know. Depending, what are you bringing forward? What are you talking about? If you start talking about that, I don't know, medications are bad or something, right? It could happen that you might have even more haters. If you start talking about a very specific diet, if you start talking maybe about, fasting, things that could be a little bit controversial to a lot of people, some people might not like it, but that's on them. There's free speech. I can talk about whatever. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. Block me or I'll block you, gone. But then again, how do you feel when somebody starts attacking you? Deal with that, because it's revealing what's going on in here. It has nothing to do with the other person. Delete them. Don't even spend time on that. Spend more time working on yourself. That is going to bring you the best, chances of growing your business. But if you keep trying to prove to others, if you keep trying not to have haters, I guarantee you're going to play it small and your business is going to get stuck. So I hope that makes sense. Let me know what you think in the chat. If you have had this, some people hating you, if it has happened to you, and how have you handled it, please share it over there. If you're watching on social media, if you want to share this, I would really appreciate that. I'm doing this for free to try to help as many people as I can. I know there's thousands, not to say maybe millions of entrepreneurs out there that they're struggling, because the entrepreneur journey is not easy. Not because of the entrepreneur journey, because of the emotions and the narratives that I have in here that are holding me back. So I hope that makes sense. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Take care and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube so you can get more.